Hey, everybody, this is a sneak peek into our next episode. Make sure you listen to the whole show next week. Thanks. We are three friends exploring connection from the coffee shop to the podcast studio. I'm Amy.
I'm Anna.
I'm Aaron.
Do you think the Me Too movement has affected women's relationships?
I do. I think they've made people closer.
I wonder about that too. Mm-hmm. It does feel like that movement has shifted some narrative with women.
Say more about that.
I don't know. I just feel like, a lot of women came together.
Yeah.
Well, because I think that sexual assault happens all the time happens so much. And so when you can share and be like, oh yeah, I'm not alone in that. Mm-hmm. Oh, that happened to you too.
Yeah.
Because the statistic on that is so high.
Yeah.
That it's super powerful. That's people standing in their truth.
Yeah.
Like standing in their truth, like that's what that looks like. And then that gives everyone else around them strength to also stand in their truth. And so I do think that it affects people because it's powerful and contagious because that's like real power of like, sure, this thing happened to me, but I'm going to own this.
Yeah.
And just be in it. And then someone else is going to be like, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's
super powerful.
so much like shame around that to to know that you're no longer like isolated and that you're the only one. It's,
I wonder like the relationship between coming out about all of that and so kind of shedding the shame. And so then people are maybe less insecure.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's less of that bitchiness that comes out because people are they're being vulnerable, they're being open, they're being honest. And so then that insecurity goes away.
And if you have a real place of connection with someone, you're like, oh, well, you were like this, but then I know this thing about you, and now this horrible shit happened to me too. Like if you can see that in another person, it's kind of hard to then be shitty to them.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Well, and it's like all that surface stuff, like the competitive and ego-driven things, like that just does not even matter anymore. It's like when you can relate on that deeper level.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, that was kind of a random tangent, but I think like I do feel like it has had an impact on the narrative of female relationships.
Absolutely.
Or the narrative of relationships.
I hadn't thought
between
about
women.
that, but it absolutely has.
And
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yes, and how people talk about that, like it's like culturally.
Yes.
It's an entire different movement.
Yeah.
And then it's really the shame thing. Because shame is disconnection. Like you're kicked out of the tribe and that's like a survival thing. And then when you're carrying around that forever.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I don't have to. And then you can shed it. That's powerful.
Yeah. And definitely allows people to be open and then able to connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right? If you like us, don't forget to subscribe and be sure to leave a review. It helps other people find us and could be just what they need.